Noisy, leaking plumbing isn't something that you have to live with. Any homeowner with basic mechanical skills and the tools can easily replace a toilet and upgrade to a new water-saving design. Installing a new toilet only takes a couple of hours, but you can sit on that investment. He went there for years. TV6's Andrew LaCombe getting a look at the process this morning with help from Lowe's and the Lowdown to do it yourself. Andrew?
Hey Vicki, yeah, you asked on Facebook what kind of do-it-yourself projects that people wanted to see. One of them was toilet installation. I'm sitting on a toilet here at Lowe's today. This one is about $500. It's a pretty advanced model, but the nice thing about it, it's one piece, so you put it in, it's pretty easy to do now. Toilets run all kinds of prices, all kinds of features, all kinds of installation, but most of them can be installed by just one or two people because that's how they're made. We're learning more about toilets installation this morning from Shaun from Lowe's. Thanks so much for being here, Shaun. And what's the most important thing that people should know about installing toilets?
Good morning, Andrew. The most important thing people should know about installing toilets is to make sure you do it right the first time. If you have a leak, if you don't tighten something right, then you can create a big problem. And we want to make sure that you don't have that, that causing a problem for your flooring and your framing. Some of the things that you're going to run into when installing a toilet. Basically, when you pull the old toilet off, you're going to have a flange that looks something like this.
And this will be in the floor?
This will be in the floor, something that'll look either brass or steel in the floor. And then what we'll do is we'll put a new ring or a new wax seal onto the existing the toilet that you're going to install. We have, traditionally they were always the wax rings like these, but nowadays there's a new product called the Fernco coupling that works out really well. It's a lot easier to install. It's really reliable. And basically this spud will go into the bottom of the toilet, and then basically it will just seat right into that flange like so. And you just use the slotted bolts here. Tighten the bolts down, tighten the toilet down, careful not to crack it. Another thing to remember is the toilet supply line. A lot of these old lines are unreliable and can be a real problem. So these new stainless steel braided lines are really, really useful, really easy to install. There's different lines for toilets and sinks, so make sure you get the right one as well.
Now, as far as time and cost, how much time should you plan for an average person to install this part?
To do the actual toilet installation will probably take an hour or 2 hours, and having a helper available is really can be a real advantage because the toilets are kind of heavy and they're kind of cumbersome to move around, so trying to have a friend or a helper nearby can be a big help.
Okay, what kind of price range are people looking at as far as toilets? I know it can range all over.
It can range very widely depending on the features that you're looking for. We have ultra premium high efficiency toilets that'll be $500 or more, but you can get a good quality modern toilet that'll meet the energy standards of today's plumbing codes for $200 or less, and the installation will take probably an hour or 2 hours.
Okay. All right, so we learned, and we've got some other tools that'll help here.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple of the things that we have are replacement caps. You want to make sure you can even just, if you have a toilet that has the bolts missing on the bottom, having the new caps installed can make it, can clean it up really nicely. These are plastic shims, which are really useful for leveling the toilet if your floor isn't perfectly level. So if your toilet's shaking around, this can help you. This can go a long way to making sure it's not wobbling when you're sitting down, increasing the risk of leaks and breaks and cracks and problems.
Okay, Shaun, thanks for showing us this. So now we know how to install a toilet like this, and actually coming up in the next half hour, we're going to learn about installing some faucets. Not installing faucets, but fixing leaky faucets. So all kinds of maintenance you need to know about things that are all over the house. So we're doing the do-it-yourself segment this morning. If you want to rewatch this later on today, it'll be posted on our website, uppermichigansource.com. So check that out today or later on when you're installing a toilet or want to get some more information. So we're going to head back to the studio now, live in Marquette Township this morning. Andrew LaCombe, TV6 News.
All right, not that fast, Andrew, because I have a question. If you're going to get to replace a toilet, are there special tools that you should have, like a larger wrench or something? We need to know this.
Vicky's wondering if there are any special tools that people should have, like a larger wrench.
Actually, you don't need an especially large wrench. A standard set of wrenches, especially like a slip joint wrench and an adjustable wrench, will be really helpful to install the bolts on the bottom. You can also use a socket, but you don't need any special tools to make this installation correct.
Okay. Well, good to know. Thanks, Shaun, and we'll head back to the studio now.
All right. Thanks for clearing that up for me. Thanks, Andrew. See, I have dreams about rebuilding my house, so these are good things to know. Okay, it's 20 before the hour. Our Do-It-Yourself series continues now with a look at maintenance on pipes. They can cause all kinds of problems, especially in the winter when pipes are exposed to the cold can freeze and stop up the water supply. TV6's Andrew LaCombe back at Lowe's in Marquette Township this morning with a look at tips on keeping the faucets in repair. Andrew?
Hey again, Vicki, and good morning, everyone. Yeah, I think a lot of people have been there. Several sinks people have in their homes. You know, it looks all great from up here, but then one day you open up the cabinet below and there is a puddle of water or something in there that you don't want to see, whether it's the faucet or the drain. There is a problem, and we're going to show you some temporary solutions on how to fix that. We're joined now again by Shaun from Lowe's. And Shaun, what are some solutions you're going to show us?
Good morning, Andrew. We're going to actually look at quick drain repair and sort of how a drain works, how it goes together, and what you can do to fix it yourself. It's actually quite simple. We can just look over here at this example. Under your kitchen sink, under your bathroom sink, they're all going to have a trap, something that looks something like this. We'll just slide it off so we can show you how it actually goes together. There's a couple slip nuts here. So if you're getting leaks from your drains, one thing you can try is just to tighten up these nuts that are there. A lot of times you can just do it by hand. Slip joint pliers or an adjustable set of pliers can sometimes be helpful. Don't crank on it too hard because you can damage it. But if you got a little drip coming out of there, rather than call a plumber, sometimes you can just tighten the nut and fix it yourself.
So it's not too tough to twist?
No, it's quite, usually it's basically finger tight or a little bit more, just past sort of snug, and then that'll solve a lot of the problems that you're going to get, because they'll just, over time, just loosen up a little bit and cause a little bit of leak.
Okay, what are some other band-aids, if you will, for fixing some leaky sinks?
We have quite a few here. We've got this, for example, is to fix a copper pipe that is leaking. All of these repairs are temporary. There's all sorts of permanent solutions that are available, but the best thing to do is get advice. If you don't know what you need, come into Lowe's. We can help you out. We can give you the tools, the suggestions, the helpful tips that you need to get it done right. But for some of the Band-Aids that you can have either in your house or on hand or come in and quickly pick up, there's JB Weld, there's tape repair kits, wrap repair kits. And this one is for a copper pipe, and they're really effective and really helpful. Easy to install, fast solutions to fix a big problem.
How much do products like this cost?
Just a few dollars. I mean, they range from, maybe $1.50 to $10, and it's something you can have on hand for if there is an emergency, you can get it solved right away.
Okay, yeah, so a lot of good temporary solutions that aren't much that a lot of people can do by themselves.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks so much, Shaun, for being here and teaching us about some Band-Aids for faucets. Of course, some bigger issues you might need to see an expert to get fixed or get some ideas on. So we're going to head back to the studio now. If you want to check out this segment again or any other of our do-it-yourself segments, go on our website, uppermichigansource.com. We'll post this video later on today. And if you have any ideas for some future do-it-yourself segments, pass them along to Vicki on Facebook, and she'll get them to us down here at Lowe's. So we'll head back to the studio now, live in Marquette Township this morning. Andrew LaCombe, TV6 News.
All right. Thank you very much, Andrew.